Dan Beavers from the Daily Record here. Now we're here in another key battleground seat in this general election, here today in Peterhead, and that's part of the new constituency Aberdeenshire North and Moray East. Its closest equivalent in 2019 was Banff and Buchan, won by the Tories. David Duckett increased his majority. But of course the big political news here now is that Duckett won't be the candidate here. He wanted to be, he was going to be, but the Tories have pushed him aside to make way for their party leader, Douglas Ross, a move that has been so controversial that he's now been forced to say he will resign as party leader at this election, whatever happens. Critics say Douglas Ross stabbed his Tory colleague in the back, but what do voters think about it all?
Well, I know the candidate David Duckett. He was the candidate. When with the Brexit vote, he would come down the harbour, he spoke to all the fishermen, told him, don't shaft us, don't betray us, he did the other thing. We fishermen were betrayed joining the EU, and then leaving the EU we were betrayed again. So, we all had our choice words to say to Mr Duckett, but, in very fairness, I think what the Scottish Conservatives have done to Mr Duckett is a total disgrace. To deselect him when he's recovering from a serious, bout of illness in hospital is really, really bad. And I also think the Conservatives will pay dearly at the election for it, But who actually do you vote for? I've heard there's a new lady called Jo Hart for the Reform candidate who's going to be here, but who knows? And I think a lot of people as well said, who do we vote for? Do we vote for SNP? But then we had the highly protected marine areas, the way they actually joined up with the Greens. Okay, they're out of bed with the Greens, but come after the election, will they go back in with the Greens and we'll see everything back in again? It's a case of, and I think in the fishing industry, who actually do we trust? Doesn't matter who we vote for. Come a following day, I just don't care.
But did you like David Duckett, first of all?
I did.
And do you think he's been stabbed in the back a bit here?
It's obvious he's been stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been voting for him this time either.
Yeah. Do you think that, obviously you're talking about Nigel Farage's Reform Party, do you think people will be so hacked off with Douglas Ross that they might vote Reform as a protest vote against Douglas Ross?
Aye, and it was only got to be a protest vote, but I'm now beginning to think they're going to overtake the Tories.
Would you be willing to tell us what way you're leaning at the moment?
Well, I'm not a Tories fan, and now that Douglas Ross has thrown his hat in the ring, I'll be anybody but Douglas Ross. I was conscious before I might have been Lib Dem or something like that, but definitely be SNP now, just to keep Douglas Ross out of the picture. I think they're the only vote we can have to effectively keep the Tories out of here.
Yeah.
And more so Douglas Ross.
And on the subject of Douglas Ross, the way he's gone about this, with David Duckett beforehand, he thought he was going to be in, kind of got stabbed in the back, some people say. Do you think that's going to sway people? Are they going to look poorly on that in this neck of the woods?
It's a strong Conservative area, this, so I'm in two minds about that. I think the undecided voter may say that no, he's done the dirty. He's got this issue about his expenses coming up as well now, and it seems he doesn't want to. He doesn't know himself what he wants to be. Is he an MSP? Is he a leader? Or is he an MP? So is he a linesman?
David Duckett's actually been in here.
Yeah. Do you like him?
Well, he came across being friendly. He introduced himself. He came in. He took some pictures with us, and he asked how we felt about our business. So yeah, he was very open to any sort of ideas and.
Are you aware he is no longer the candidate?
I am aware of that, yes.
Elbowed out the way a little bit. What do you think of what's happened there?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't know enough about that side of it. I am aware of it. Mm-hmm. But I do remember the visit here because I met him. So I can't explain why things have changed.
Yeah. Are you familiar with what's been happening here in terms of the Tory candidate? It was going to be David Duckett, but now Douglas Ross has sort of barged him out of the way. Do you have any strong opinions on Douglas Ross?
I don't know. If he walked past me right now, I wouldn't know who they are. Like I said, I've always been an SNP.
Yeah.
And after that, with him and everything,
Yeah.
I just said, well, I'm not going to vote no more.
Basically, it's the same as every election. Every one of them is a bunch of crooks.